I was healed, bro, but I was wild as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I was wild, man. Like,
Wilder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, man. I was a problem, dude. Like, I was a problem. And it was starting to be a problem with the band.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, bro, I was getting, like, blackout and, like, rocking shows and just, like, not even remember doing the set.
Wow.
And, like, yeah, man. Like, I was wild, dude. It was crazy. I mean, we're all a little bit wilder then, but I was...
Sure.
I was on my way. And then it started getting to be, like, not cute anymore.
Do you think you saw that as your role?
Dog. It's funny you say that. Talked to my therapist about this not that long ago. Yeah, man. That's when you walk in the room, everyone just expects that. If you're that dude,
Well, you're the dude screaming on the mic.
yeah,
and
like you're a good time and you're fun and you're, you know, man, I like chatting with people. You know what I mean? I'm a social cat. Like, you know, I just. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I had to play that role for a long time. I was the dude in the group that was just wild, like jumping off speakers and shit, and like, you know, and yeah, and then a lot of that was just straight alcohol fueled. And just like, you know, and then, but yeah, the biggest turning point in my life was meeting my wife. Cause like, dude, I was in my 30s, man. And it's just like, I was a mess, dude. Like,
how long you guys been together?
You know what I mean? It's 5-6 years.
Okay.
And it's just one of those times in life where it was like, if I don't get my shit together, and I realized what I had like kind of early on because my wife's amazing, and I was like, dude, if I fuck this up, like, this is like you don't get these chances very often, man. And I was tired too. I was tired, man. I was just tired.
Man, there's so much we can relate on. Yeah.
I was tired being that dude. I was tired of just being drunk, just tired of just being a mess, tired of people seeing me a certain way, because you see it after a while. It's not funny. People start to like look at you, like kind of pity you a little bit, and it's
or
like,
just not take it seriously.
I couldn't be that dude, man, because like, yeah, like if you don't, yeah, exactly, like people weren't take, you feel like people don't take you seriously and all this, and I just couldn't do it anymore, man, and I was done, and I was over it. And I remember the night that it happened, I went. At the time, my wife was bartending for her second gig, and I went and saw her, and I just got like mashed up, and just I ended up going to another bar, lost my phone, lost my fucking wallet. Like, dude, I was like blackout city, like population zero. Like it was, and having to explain that to her was like so embarrassing to me, like the next day. And I was just like, dog, what do you, and I could tell she was like she was sweet. She like came with me to look for him and stuff, but it was just like, I could tell she was just like, I don't know about all that. And it, you know, it took me time, but I really started to realize that, you know, it's just not, it's not worth it. And they tell you got to be like ready to like stop doing all that shit, and you really do, man.
Sure.
Me more than probably most, because I just had to get exhausted of it. I had to just like, my body, I was in horrible shape. I was just like, there was no self-care. It was just, my wife always says it. She's like, you were in fight or flight, you know, your whole life pretty much. So she's like, it's not a surprise, you know, it's just. And that was it. So, you know, my wife was definitely the change that.
I think sometimes we will refuse, whether or not it's ego or machismo or whatever you want to call it, but we'll like refuse to admit that it could be because of things in our past or things that we were a kid that are the reason that we're like still doing stupid shit as an adult, you know, acting out or looking for the attention or needing the attention or having that struggle with ego.
That also always goes back to that.
Right. I feel like so many things do. And that's actually part of the reason that I wanted to create this podcast, is to kind of explore some of those things. I mean, the older that I get, I'll be 45 this year. The older that I get, the more that I realize that I'm still that fucking kid. And I can't escape it. As much as I've tried to escape it, like I'm still that fucking kid. And having a son now has, I mean, more than having a daughter, I must say. And like has really made me face more things than I realized I had left to face. Right? Being a parent is not easy, man. It's really, really hard.
No, it's definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, but it has all those rewards that
rewarding,
everyone
of
talks
course.
about. It has all those things. Those are definitely there. But the things that we'll bring back, and the things that like the first time you bring it to like actual kindergarten, and you like walk into the school as a parent for the first time,
it's wild.
it's such a trip, and you start to. It brought back so many memories for me, raising my kids. That I mean, things I had completely forgotten about.
Right.
So you never thought you'd be a father? You never imagined yourself being a dad? No,
Bro, I was so wild, dude. Like I couldn't.
so it was just
I was
never
barely
even
taking
a
care
thought.
of myself, man. You know, and then when I got, you know, I stopped. The biggest thing I've ever done for myself is stop drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped drinking, and like everything changed in my life.
How long has it been?
Like quickly. Like 5 or 6 years.
Really?
As long
Wow.
as me and my wife
Wow.
been together.
Yo, congrats, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I've luckily always been one of those people that just kind of like, I'm like, dude, I either got to stop or I'm going to be like this forever. And forever is going to be a short time. You know, so yeah, I've luckily, I never really had the bug. It was always, drinking for me was always like, I just had no shut off. You know, I would never had the bug where I needed to drink, you know, luckily. You know, but yeah, stop.
It was just like, why not? It wasn't like you needed to.
It was like,
just
I'm out, I'm doing it. It's like, yeah, but I'm also like Irish, and it's like I have that like blackout gene in me where it's like I'm just gonna drink until I can't drink anymore, you know, and you know, and I'm sure the dependency was there. Just it never really manifested into like something physical for me. It was always more like just being out and like.
A large part of it being the social aspect.
Sure.
And just right. And then you just don't stop.
Didn't stop.
No, same. Because I mean, that would either draw me to the social thing, or vice versa. And then depending on the group of people I was around, and then depending on the people I was around, I just
was the level of how much you were going to drink. Yeah.
Right. And the level of crazy, unspeakable shit that I would do. That, you know, that you don't even remember the next day. It's just crazy.
But that's honestly the best thing I've ever done for myself. And I'm at the point now where like I can have a glass of wine with dinner or something like that, and it's like whatever. And like I feel really lucky that I'm at that point now.
You changed your relationship with it completely.
Yeah, man. And it's just but I had to like remove myself from the relationship for a long time before I got there, because it was just like I relied on it so much for so long, because I have anxiety like real bad, but like I front really well that I don't.
How do you deal with the anxiety?
I smoke weed. No, that was
totally
that
okay
was
now.
It. No,
that's totally okay now.
That was it for a very long time. But no, man. Now I mean and another thing too, I feel really lucky about is the men that are in my life, my homies, that we're all very open in talking about mental health and things like that. And that was something I wasn't used to until I really, you know, the band, you know, everyone's very much into that, you know, like, because we're all older, and you know, it's the only way you're going to survive, man. So,
I think a lot of us in our 40s now are becoming a lot more open to talk about it.
I think that we're kind of like the last generation that, like, I feel like that really got like looked upon like shamefully, like
for any of the for the whole toxic masculinity thing.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And I see it as a. See, masculinity is one of those things too that like feeds a lot of that stuff with us, you know, just being a man. But like,
well, I feel like in hip hop culture and all those things,
so
right? It's become so complicated, right, to show emotion and to in this genre or in this, right? So it's. I feel like I notice a lot, and maybe it's just because of that's what I'm looking for. But I feel like there's so many more people, whether it's in the hip hop world or just in a place where you wouldn't necessarily expect to see it, that are opening up those conversations and talking about those things. I feel like your music is doing that too.
Thank you. I'm just glad the stigma is going away, you know, so like I said, being able to talk to my friends about things and being able to just
it's huge.
be open with emotions and all that. That all of that was big for me in helping to deal with all of that.